Ladies, if you were not suffering from any trauma up to now, this could do it. We're going to tell you how to take care of that, however, in a number of ways. A very, very interesting guest that we have coming up that's a specialist in this area. Andrea Cairella is here to do good work. Andrea, what conditions do women and children bring to your office that you take care of in this unique way?
Well, I specialize on trauma, depression, and anxiety. So a lot of the symptoms that I see that people experience, maybe having irritability, outbursts of anger after a traumatic event has occurred, intrusive memories, memories that pop into their dreams.
How depressed can children be?
Well, children really express their feelings, adolescents and children, in all sorts of ways. Very subtle, such as withdrawing, isolating, playing by themselves, outbursts of anger, getting upset, irritability, hitting themselves, hitting their siblings.
Any age? It doesn't matter how young the child is?
I've worked with as young as 4 years old in working through traumatic events.
Pat McMahon with Andrea Cairella. Cairella? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, well, because we just met. Mm-hmm. I almost went through trauma myself, just trying to remember. Andrea Cairella.
I can help you with that.
Okay, all right. Now you can help people with a whole variety of problems that they have that cause them difficulty just getting through a day. Let's talk about one person. The first person you can think of when I say, tell me a story about somebody whose life was changed.
I worked with a child who had developmental delays.
How old?
She was developmentally 8, but in real years 13. And she had difficulty. A lot of traumatic events had occurred in her life, foster care and extensive abuse. And so it took time to build trust and rapport, and then also being able to stabilize, being able to teach her grounding techniques before we delved into the trauma. I like to build up support for that individual so that they have a lot of ego strength to be able to handle where we're going. And so I did that phase, and then we started working on the traumatic events. And as she processed the memories, not only did her cognitive development improve, but she had more of a posture where right before she would slouch, avoid eye contact. Now she was able to connect with people. So her social connection abilities improved, her cognitive abilities improved, and so she increased grade levels because she had resolved trauma that had occurred at a very young age that blocked her developmentally, and she was able to develop.
How much are the individual sessions, and are they covered by insurance?
I do out-of-network insurance where people come and see me and pay privately and then get reimbursed through their insurance independently. They can either contact me at 602-882-9982.
Well, look, it's right there as if by magic.
Or they can visit my website, which is www.truepotentialcounseling.wordpress.com for resources.